Hi, and welcome to another episode of All Things Considered. When you hear the phrase Swanktuary City, what do you think of? Swanky? Extremely expensive? No room at the inn? For me, a whole lot of things come up. It makes me feel like that unless you're rich, you're not allowed there. If you're not the cool kid, they don't want you at the cool table. Well, Seattle is going through that same thing. That's what they're now being called. And the reason I say that is because they're building a lot of apartments that they say are considered low income apartments or affordable housing. But it's only affordable if you're making close to $70,000 a year because the apartments are still 1,200 to 1,300 a month. That's with help from the city or the state to cover some of the rent. In the area where these apartments are being built, like Capitol Hill, for instance, some of those apartments, a lot of them are like 2,000 a month for a one bedroom. They're saying that it's a family of four. When they say family of four, what they are saying in code is that you have four people living together in the same apartment splitting the rent. Because let's face it, not a lot of families have a family of four that are working, making 120,000 a year or 90,000 a year. You have singles that are making anywhere from 60,000 a year all the way down to 12,000 a year. And yes, there are people in Seattle that are making as low as $12,000 a year. People that are on SSI, people that are on welfare and Social Security and veterans benefits. The welfare, not quite so much. They're not making as much. But the ones that are on SSI, Social Security, and veterans pay, they're making between 12 and 13,000 a year. And I think that affordable housing should be created for those people. I think that the people that are not making more than 15,000 a year should be considered low income, and they should be catered to because let's face it, anybody that can make 60,000 a year in a city should not be struggling to get their rent paid. They should not be struggling to get by or to have a life for that matter. It says here there was a building in Seattle in the Capitol Hill area that is 110 units. It isn't set to be open for a few weeks. It's already received 1,300 rental applications, which equals more than 10 people or families lining up for a shot at each apartment sight unseen. 300 applicants were filed in the first 10 minutes, like show tickets going on sale. It reached 1,000 in the first day, said Capitol Hill Housing, the developer of the building at the corner of East John Street and 10th Avenue East. We're in the thick of an affordable housing crisis, and this is what it looks like, said Yiling Wang of the nonprofit developer. The building is subsidized to be affordable to renters making 60% of Seattle's area median income. There's the rub. They take these apartments and they put them in a very rich neighborhood. And when I say rich, I mean people that are making between 90 and say 200 grand a year. Then they take and they split that in half. They go the lowest you made and the highest you made, and they put in the middle. And that's half of the area median income. And 60%, the rent for a one bedroom maxes out at 1,210 a month. That may not sound cheap, but it is about 40% below Capitol Hill's average one bedroom market rent at 2,100. And by doing that, you can say we're making affordable housing, but we're still keeping the poor people out. This is how it's going whenever affordable housing opens up around Seattle. It's only affordable for people that can afford it. It's not affordable for those that can't afford it. Affordable housing is not supposed to be for the rich. It's not supposed to be for the ones that are making 60, 70, 80, 90,000 a year. That's a lot of freaking money if you're making that kind of money. But here it says that in Seattle, this is last week, the online site Crosscut reported that a new nonprofit building in the central area drew 850 applicants in just 74 spots that were opening. So it's like you see all these houses being built, all these apartments being built, and what it seems like to me is that what they're trying to do is make the most amount of money out of the least amount of space. And I get it, you're in it to make money, and I don't want to stop you. But if you're making money at the expense of the poor, and I get it, it's not profitable. It's not profitable anymore to work and make apartments for the extremely low income. It's now that the 60,000 and 66,000 a year, now that those people are considered low income, it's fashionable to build affordable housing because you can say, oh yes, we just built an affordable housing project last week. Oh, okay. Well, who's moving in? Oh, one of the guys made $66,000 this year. Oh, really? Well, how much did he pay in rent? Oh, he paid $1,500. Oh, and you can feel good about saying that you're making affordable housing. And Seattle can say, yes, we're creating affordable housing. We're creating more affordable housing. And it's like, okay, but you're making them for people that don't really need affordable housing. If you bring the cost of your living down to a livable cost, people making 60 to 60,000 a year, 66,000 a year would not need affordable housing. They can afford to pay a regular fair market rent. So what do you think? Seattle, how do you see it? Are you okay with being a Swanktuary City? Are you okay with being hobnobbing with Fraser Crane and his brother Niles every day of the week? Seattle, something's got to give. It really does. If you have an idea to go along with this video, if you know something that I don't know, if you've heard something that I haven't heard, and you know maybe somebody that's just moved into an affordable housing project that's making 60 to 66,000 a year, that's a single male, please put it in the comments below and let me know your concerns. If you have any, maybe you don't have any concerns, I don't know. But if you do have some concerns, put it in the comments below. You know, deep down in the comments. I'll try to respond to everybody's comments. Also, if you have an idea for another video, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Maybe we can work out something. Hit the thumbs up. I can't do this without you, Seattle, and the rest of America. This is a group effort trying to make America a better place and the area we live in a better place for tomorrow. If you like, hit the subscribe button. That would be great too. I'm going to let you go on that note. Remember, make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today. Have a good night, Seattle, America, and all points beyond.